The one of my favorite shows. Now I don't watch it anymore, but it was here. They call the American Got Talented. I'm sure that you know about that. Britain Got Talent. I like that show. That was the first one, and it eventually moved to the America. And there was one particular one that I really liked. It. You know, there's a magician, although we do not believe in magic, but magicians appeared in front of 4 judges. And then he just flipped over the names of all these famous people. And then one of the judges just looked at that and said, "Do not tell me, but to choose one in your heart," the magician said. So the judge actually made one choice. And then somehow he cut this paper with a scissor and he spread it up. It became the face of this person whom the judge chose without even telling him. Everybody says, "Whoa!" Not only he just appeared to read the mind of judge, but also he had a great skill of cutting the paper, amazing skill. It was such a wonderful sign. Everybody was like, "Whoa!" When we read the Gospel of John, there are constant themes there. Okay, unlike the synoptic gospel, in other words, connected gospel. Synoptic means common or connected. Like a Matthew, Mark, and Luke. These are what we call the synoptic gospels. They are connected really well. Well, basically because they came from the one source. Unlike the gospel, all those 3 gospels, the Gospel of John is a little bit different. So sometimes we need to see the Gospel of John from the back. You need to see the Gospel of John like a rather large scope. That's why we call the high Christology gospel, meaning John is focusing on Jesus as a Son of God and Son of Man. So that's why many times Gospel of John, the simple use of what? Eagle, right? Like an eagle. Zoom. Like if you see the eagle up there hovering around, right? So we need to see that way. The Gospel of John, there are 2 particular themes. There are several themes, but 2 particular ones. You heard from today's the Sunday homily last week, right? I said about hour. The hour. This hour hasn't arrived. This hour hasn't come. And then Jesus says finally last Sunday, this hour has come, right? And I explained that what this hour means last week. Today the theme is what? Sign. Sign. Actually in the Gospel of John there are 7 signs that Jesus performed. And I can go on and on and on and on. Okay, I know, I don't want to do that. Each sign has a significance. Actually, it's fantastic. But let's focus on, for the sake of today's homily, sign. Jesus constantly said sign, God's works performed. And today's gospel says, hey, if you do not believe me, believe the sign. Or our term is a miracle. But the sign, miracle, kind of similar, but the sign or omen, at the time of Jesus, only God could do that. They believed that only God could do it. They believed that. And Jesus performed what? The sign. John the Baptist did not do it, could not do it. No other people could not do it, but Jesus did it. They knew. Previous gospel, the other gospel time, you heard about this. Can you perform more signs? And Jesus says, you unbeliever, I did all these things and you still do not believe me. So why does Gospel of John, the author of Gospel of John, emphasize a sign? It's a matter of believing or unbelieving. No matter how much Jesus performed the sign, which came from God alone, even though people saw this sign, even though people saw this is from God, they knew. They still refused to believe. Interesting, isn't it? So Gospel of John, the author of John, at the time the Gospel of John was written, the early Christian community faced difficulties. So Gospel of John is telling them, look, Jesus did this. You heard this. Oh yeah, my uncle saw it. My mother saw it. Yes, my nephew was there. Yeah, you're right. You see, Jesus is Son of God and Son of Man. Still, I don't want to believe. That's what he's saying. Now, switching a little bit gear, my brothers and sisters, pay attention to today's antiphon. I'm going to just read it. I'm going to read it for you. I'm trying to make the homily short. That's my occupation hazard. I just want to give you more and more, but I have a limited time. So I'm going to make it short. This is the entrance antiphon. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am in distress. Deliver me from the hands of my enemies and those who pursue me. O Lord, let me never be put to shame, for I call on you. And response is some. In my distress, I call upon you, and Lord, He heard my voice. Think about it. Jesus is saying, the God is hearing you. When you say this word, God really hears you. The one person he did not purposely did not hear. Who was that person? His own son. Why? Because God loves you and me. God listens to you. God is going to guide you. But his only begotten son, even though he proclaimed the same way, Psalms and antiphon from Psalms, and all the prophets leading to us and saying that God will deliver you, God will help you, God will guide you. Yet, he did not listen to his son's plea. Why? Because he loves you. And Blessed Mother knew about that. And then Jesus says what? Lord, and then Father, if it's not against your will, please take this one away. But let your will be done, because I know exactly what you are doing. And I accept. But please know, Father, I'm struggling, so to speak. As a full human being, as Jesus. Divine nature, he accepted it. Can you see that, my brothers and sisters, right now? We got the sign, we got the sacrament, we got the scriptures, and everything's so clear who Jesus is, yet we do not believe. Just like the time that Gospel of John was written, our human nature is so weak. So, today, let's just simply immerse ourselves into the love of God. And let's ask God, Lord, you gave up your son for me? Why did you do that? And then tomorrow, Palm Sunday, you will witness that, right? At the beginning, just like, remember the palm means what? It's not like holding like, okay, palm, this is nice. No, it's not. Rather, it's like what? Like a concert. Woohoo! Woohoo! Like, the Middle Eastern one, ladies. La, 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 la. That's what it is. Waving the palms, and at the same time, what's going to happen is that we are the one who's going to say, well, he didn't do anything wrong. Just please kill him. What did he do wrong? I don't find any problem, Pontius Pilate said. I don't find anything wrong. Please, just shut up and kill him. That's exactly what the people did. That's why we are doing it. And yet, guess what he's going to do? God is going to do. You know the answer. God is going to bring the greater glory out of our human wretchedness and sinfulness. So today, my brothers and sisters, when we receive Jesus, when Jesus comes to you and me, let's ask really God the Father, why did you do that? Let's hear from him. Because I love you. I gave up my son for you. And let's thank God for that. Oh, God is good, really. God is really good. Just like today's gospel,
let's believe. Just like a very last end, John performed a no sign, but everything John said about this man was true. And they began believing Jesus. Let's believe Jesus today, at least today. Let's ask God, why? And the answer we already know, because I love you.